Okay, so today's lesson, we're going to make you really understand music theory. Okay, how the first thing you have to understand is scales. Okay, and then the idea is to think of the scales as numbers. So we're gonna start with the C major scale. Okay, which right here. Okay, you have C. This is your first degree of the scale. D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now, it's not important. You have to understand there's two types of piano players. There is piano players who want to become very technical. They practice their scales. You follow me? That's for people who just want to build strength, but practicing your scales is a good thing, but it's not going to make you good with music theory. Okay, so what we want to focus on right now is understanding music theory. Maybe down the line we'll start getting into technical things like exercises to build up finger strength. But right now we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on music theory. So you have to study this. Instead of thinking of this note as C, you're going to think of it as number one, the first degree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, as you can see, the key of C major has no sharps and no flats. I'm assuming you know all your notes. Like, I'm assuming, for whatever reason, you don't know all your notes. Let me just review it really quick, okay? Whenever you see two black keys, the three white notes underneath it are C, D, and E. It's a pattern. See how there's always two black keys, three black keys. Two black keys, three black keys. So whenever you see two black keys, the notes are C, D, and E. Whenever you see three black keys, the notes are F, G, A, B. I'm assuming you know all of this. When a note goes up a half step, we take the note of the white note, and the black note has either a sharp or a flat. See how the C is going up a half step? C sharp or D flat. D sharp or E flat. F sharp or G flat. G sharp or A flat, A sharp, or B flat. Now, I'm assuming you know all your notes, but just in the event that there was any confusion. So your black notes are your sharps and your flats. Each black note has two names. It could either be a sharp or a flat. It's indicated by the white note. If the white note goes up a half step, it's a sharp. If the white note goes down a half step, it's a flat. So as I said, you got C, goes up, C sharp, then you see how D is going down, D flat. So this one black note, it has two names. Either a C going up is sharp, C sharp, or D going down is flat. D sharp, E going down, flat. See how each black note has two names? F sharp, G flat. G sharp, A flat. A sharp, B flat. And again, when you see two black keys, the three white notes are C, D, E, two black keys. C, D, E, two black keys. C, D, E. And then when you have three black keys, the white notes are F, G, A, B. Three black keys. F, G, A, B. I mean, I'm assuming you know your notes, but just for the mere, coincidence that there was any confusion, I just wanted to cover it. So now getting back. C major. You have no sharps, you have no flats in the scale. You have to think as C as the first degree, D as the second degree, E as the fourth degree. F is the fourth degree. So C is the first, D is the second, E is the third, forgive me. F is the fourth, G is the fifth, and then the sixth is A, the seventh is B, and then 8 is equal to 1, which is a C. Now, let's start talking about 1 is equal to 8, right? 1 and 8. So here's 8 and here's 1. They're the same note. You notice that? 2 is also 9. So in other words, if you start from here and we count up to 9, let's go watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What do you notice? The D, the 2, is equal to 9. Did you see that? So this is a way of memorizing things. Now, same thing with 4. If you count up, this is 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 4 is equal to 11. 6 is equal to 13. So you watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so let's cover that again. 1 is equal to 8. 2 is equal to 9. 4 is equal to 11. You have to study this. 6 is equal to 13. Let me repeat that again. 1 is equal to 8. 2 is equal to 9. 4 is equal to 11. 6 is equal to 13. So that would mean, let's just talk in the key of C. We're going to talk. If I would say to you, what's the 9 of C? You got to know it's immediately D. How did I know it so fast? Because in my mind, 2 is equal to 9. That's how I know it so fast. I know that 2 is D in the key of C. So obviously the 9th degree is going to be D. If you would say to me, what's the 11th? I immediately know it's an F. Why? Because F is the 4th degree. And then the 11th is what? The same note, which is an F. If you ask me what's the 13th degree in C, I'm going to immediately know it's an A. Because 6 is an A, 6th degree. 2 is equal to 9. 4 is equal to 11. They're the same notes. 6 is equal to 13, and 1 is equal to 8. Okay, so C major has no flats and no sharps. It's all the white notes, right? Okay, so now we got to start talking about accidentals. If I would say to you, what is the minor third or the flat third, okay? Here's the third. 1, 2, 3. What's the flat third? E flat. Did you see that? Okay, so we're going to talk about all the different accidentals. If I would say to you, what's the flat fifth? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is G flat. It's basically when I say flat, we're thinking we're going down a half step. You understand? So if you're in the key of C and I say flat third, you go into an E and you're going down a half step to E flat. If I say what's the flat fifth in C, you go into the G, right? And then you're going down a half step to G flat. Now let's say same concept with sharps. If I say what's the sharp 4, you're going to the F. 1, 2, 3, 4, sharp 4. You see how I did that? We're going up a half step. If I say what's the sharp 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sharp 5. What's the flat 7th, which is the dominant 7th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, flat 7. Okay? And then if I would say, it doesn't really matter, like diminished, dominant 7th, just learn it as flat 7th. That's the key, flat 7th. So if I say to you, what's the flat 7th in C? It's B flat. Okay? See, but the thing is, you got to get to a point where this becomes like second nature to you. This is so important. If you're hesitating, like if I'm like, what's the flat third in C? You can't do it. You're like, I got to think about it. It's not good. You have to immediately know it's an E flat. If I say to you, what's the flat 2 in C? You have to immediately know it's a D flat. What's the flat 5th? G flat. What's the flat 6th? A flat. What's the flat 7th? B flat. And now you have to remember what I said from the beginning. 2 is equal to 9. 4 is equal to 11. Okay? 6 is equal to 13. So if I would say to you, what is the sharp 11th? Think of 4. Don't think of, just don't, you have to count all the way up. Think of 4, which is what? F sharp. If I would say to you, what's the flat 9? Think of 2, which is D. So D flat. You see what I'm trying to say? So if you start thinking in terms of all of this, it becomes very, very easy, okay? Now, the thing is, you got to do this in every key. So let's focus on the white keys for now, okay? Just for now, because it's a lot of work. I honestly think that we should cover the black keys probably in lesson number 2, because you got so much work in the white keys. So now let's go to D major. You got D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Now you see I do that fingering 1, 2, 3, and then I bring my thumb over. All you have to do is play 1 octave for now. You don't have to worry about, You don't have to worry about playing 2 octaves, 3 octaves, because this is about understanding music theory. So you're in the key of D. D is the key of 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp. Okay, so what's the first degree of D? D. What's the second degree? E. F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So 1 first degree, second degree, third degree, fourth degree, fifth degree, sixth degree, seventh degree, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it's the same concept. 2 is equal to 9. 4 is equal to 11. 6 is equal to 13. So what's the 2 in the key of D? E, right? What's the 9 in the key of D? E, right? What's the 4th in the key of D? G. What's the 11th in the key of D? G. What's the 13th, which is also the 6th? The 6th is B. The 6th is B, and the 13th is B. Okay, so you gotta just study this, and there's a reason. I know you're probably like, why do I have to say this? You have to know this quickly by heart. Same concept. If I say, what's the flat, whatever it is, 3? What's the flat 3 in D? If you know that this is the 3, F sharp, we go down a half step. See, there's your flat 3. Minor 3, but let's just call everything flat for now. There's your flat 3. We're just going to call it flat 3 and sharp 3 and sharp 5 and flat 5. That's the terminology we're going to use, okay? So you got 1, 2, 3. There's your flat 3. Now let's say if I would say flat 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flat 5. Okay, what if I would say, what is the flat 9? There's your 2. There's your flat 9. Okay? So you just have to study this in every key. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of work. Honestly, man, we have to say, I'm going to try to get you through the black keys, but it's a lot. Just to study the white keys is going to be a lot of work, okay? So now you're in the key of E, which is the key of 4 sharps. F sharp, G sharp, C sharp, D sharp, E. So you got E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. First degree, second degree, third degree, fourth, fifth, sixth degree, seventh degree, 8. 1 and 8 are the same. Okay? So you have to study this. You have to just say, okay, if I'm in the key of C major, there's no flats, there's no sharps. It's all white notes. If I'm in the key of D major, it's 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp. You have to study that as well. If I'm in the key of E major, it's 4 sharps, F sharp, G sharp, C sharp, and D sharp, okay? You got to study that. And then you got to just understand that 1 is equal to 8, 2 is equal to 9, 4 is equal to 11, and 6 is equal to 13. So if I would say to you, what's the 8th degree of E major? You should know it's E, because 8 and 1 is the same. If I would say, what's the 11th? So you got to think, what's the 4th degree? A in E. So A is the 4th, A is the 11th. If I would say to you, what's the 9th degree? You know it's F sharp, right? Because 2 is F sharp, and the the ninth is the same as the 2, which is F sharp. If I would say to you, what's the 13th? What's the 6? 6 is equal to 13, so you know C sharp. C sharp is the 6th, the 13th is C sharp, okay? See, look, you count it up. And it's the same concept. If I would say to you, what's the flat third? So you go to the 3, flat it. See how I just did that? There's your flat third. If I would say, where's your flat 5? See that? Where's your flat 7? 7 flat, D. Where's your flat 9? Well, if this is the 2, that's your flat 9, F. If I would say, where's your flat 13? There's C sharp, flat it. You see what I just did? Where's your sharp 11? So we know A is 4. There's a sharp 4, sharp 11. You got to just notice in all these keys, it's a pain in the butt, man. It's a pain in the butt. But you got to just keep studying it and studying it and studying it until it becomes second nature. Until you don't have to even think about it no more, okay? So now F major. That's the key of 1 flat, okay? So you got F is the first degree, G, second degree, so 1, 2, 3, fourth degree. So F is the first, G is the second, A is the third, B flat is the fourth, C is the fifth, D is the sixth, E is the seventh, and then 8 is equal to 1. You know what I would suggest you do? You should write all of this down. Like, let me see if I can, do I have a piece of paper and a pen? Let me see. See if I have a piece of paper here. Give me 1 second, brother. So I'm just trying to see if I have a piece of paper. That's the only thing we need right now. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to take a little piece of paper here just to show you. I don't really have anything handy. Okay, so you just take a piece of paper. This is private information. Here we go. Sorry about that. And what you could do is this. All right, you could write 1. So I did that on the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then you got to just bring the lines down. I'm not really so neat with my handwriting, so you got to forgive me. Of course, the pen's going to run out of ink. Hold on 1 second, my brother. Okay. So I don't know. I'm sorry if this is sloppy. But do you see how I just did this? Look. Okay, so you should do this at home. Get a piece of paper. Write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you see how I just put them in columns? Put your first degree in a column, your second degree in a column, your third degree in a column, your fourth degree in a column, your fifth degree in a column, your sixth degree in a column, your seventh, and your eighth. I'm sorry if it's sloppy. You get the point, right? Okay. So what you want to do is then write, you follow me, like this. C, we'll start with the key of C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. You see how I did that? Let me just see if I make sure you see that correctly. Okay, so this chart is going to be able to make you memorize it. You'll see C is the first degree. You'll see that D is the second degree. You'll see that E is the third degree. F is the fourth degree. G is the fifth. A is the sixth. B is the seventh. And C is the eighth. So this way, it's going to be right in front of you. Now you're going to do this with the rest of the keys. Let's do it with D2 now. So I'm going to write D is the first degree. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. See how I did that? So now I have C on the chart, and I have D on the chart. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So now we're going to do the key of E. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, and E. Did you see how I did that? Okay, see how I wrote it? So this is just a great way to help you memorize it if you have this chart in front of you. Now let's do the key of F. F is the key of what? One flat, right? F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. Okay? So now we're going to do the key of G, which we didn't cover yet. G is the key of one sharp. F sharp. So we got G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp is the seventh, and G is the eighth. Okay. So you see how I did that? Okay. So we're going to come right back to this chart, but let's go back to the piano because we didn't cover the key of G. Okay. So G is the key of one sharp. G, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G. And like I said, you don't have to worry about playing this 2 octaves. You don't have to worry about this. That's about technique. Don't worry, just 1 octave play it, okay? 1 octave. First finger, second, third, bring your thumb over to C. Then your second finger D, third, 4, 5. Those are fingerings. They're all the same fingering in the scales. The only one that's different is going to be the key of F, where you do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I go up to my 4th finger, and then to the 1 on C, and then to 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now understand when I say I'm not talking degrees. I'm talking about fingering. Here's your first finger, here's your second finger, here's your third finger, here's your 4th finger, and here's your 5th finger. So don't confuse degrees with fingering, okay? Don't do, that's a whole different thing. I'm saying you're using your first finger, your second finger, your third, your 4th, your first, second, third, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other than that, they're all the same fingering, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. See how I bring my thumb over? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Same thing in E. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. F. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you understand these are fingerings, right? This is not degrees. I'm talking about, we're taking a break from degrees. We're talking about fingering. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. G. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. A. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. B. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So you should be able to play each one of those scales in one octave for now. That's all. Just with your right hand. You don't have to play it with your left hand. Just your right hand. Just because this is not a lesson of technique. Now, if it was technique, I'd want you to play it with two hands. I want you to play 2 octaves, 3 octaves, 4 octaves. This is not about that. This is about music theory and understanding the degrees of the scale. So we covered C, which is the key of what? No sharps and no flats. We covered D. You have to study this, which is the key of 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp. We've covered E, which is the key of 4 sharps, F sharp, G sharp, C sharp, and D sharp. We covered F, which is the key of 1 flat. We just covered G, which is the key of 1 sharp, F sharp. First degree, second degree is A. Third degree is B. Fourth degree is C. Fifth degree, sixth degree, seventh degree, 8. 1 and 8 are the same. 2 and 9 are the same. 4 and 11 is the same, and 6 and 13. Okay? You got to remember that formula. 1 and 8 is the same. 2 and 9 is the same. 4 and 11 is the same. 6 and 13 is the same. Whenever I tell you to flat something, you're going down a half a step. You know what half steps and whole steps are, right? Like, for instance, if this is C and I say go up a half step, that's a half step.